So let's talk about squad leaders. Usually the first numbers in your nationality, in the case of the Americans, number 1, Burnett, and number 2, Corporal Moores, are your squad leaders. You can tell in the upper right here, you can see the SL, and on our number 2 here, you can see the ASL. So those are our squad leaders and our assistant squad leader. These guys you usually want to have in different groups because they confer some advantages. For the Americans, they allow a group to use smoke. So very important. The Americans have the most smoke in the game. Germans have some, Russians have none. So, but only squad leaders or assistant squad leaders can use smoke. In addition, they have to do with transfers and a few other things. So you want to put them in different groups. So we're going to move Corporal Moores over, put him in this group. That leaves us with a pretty high morale pretty high morale maneuver group over here. Our lowest morale is 3, and that's not bad. And then we're going to have the firepower we need in our fire group over here. I'm going to move these down just a little bit so we can see the group A and B designations here. Okay. So, and this last thing I'm going to do on setting up the Americans is something that I read that veteran players do, again in the article by Greenwood, I believe. And that is to put your most important personality cards at the end of your group. This affects, so there are sometimes something will happen, like a sniper will be shooting at somebody in your group, and it's sort of randomly determined who they're shooting at. Well, apparently there's a really small percentage greater that the people at the front of the group rather than the back of the group are going to get hit. It's small. I want to say it's like 0.06% or something. But what the habit of some players is to put your most important things at the end. So in this case, we're going to switch our squad leader at the end. And we're going to put our bar. Our bar's already at the end. Let's move our squad leader over there too. All right. So this is our American setup. One other thing about the squad leader is it can affect your hand size. So up front, you use cards to play this game, right? Not just these cards. These cards will kind of sit here, but the action deck cards you will use to play. So different nationalities have different hand sizes, and we'll talk about that when we draw up our cards. But the squad leader, if your squad leader is pinned at the end of your turn, you get to draw one less card. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. So, but it's something to consider. So you don't want your squad leader and your assistant squad leader pinned if you can help it. So the Americans, I'm going to call them done, and we're going to take a look at the Germans.